Bae's doing the dishes. Hey guys, so we're gonna do an LGBTQ plus tag video, and I'm gonna ask my fiance Aiden some questions. If you didn't know, my fiance is trans. Shocker. So, sorry, the first question is super cliche. What's your coming out story?
My most hated question. Well, I had to come out as gay to my friends and family first, which wasn't that bad, but because it's just more of a normal, I guess, thing, at least where I'm from.
Yeah, where you're
I'm
from, I would say.
St. Louis, so. But when I came out as trans, that was a whole nother story. My mom pretty much disowned me for a few months, didn't want anything to do with me, and it was really weird because it was exactly the opposite of what I thought. I thought my dad was going to be that way, and I thought my mom, since I live with my mom more, I thought my mom was going to, accept me more. I knew she was going to have a difficult time dealing with it, but I didn't think she was going to go to the extremes of, like, kicking me out and stuff. So that's what happened with my mom. My mom's side still has a very difficult time with using my pronouns and everything, which I've been on hormones for like 4 years now, and they still
Struggle.
do that, and it's kind of annoying.
Sure.
But my dad, like, he had a hard time understanding
Like, why?
why, but he stepped up and got me into my psychologist sessions and all that, which is what you have to do to begin your transition. You have to go see a psychologist. So that was really cool that my dad stepped up and helped me out in that sense. But everything else, I lost some friends
That happens.
that I was really close with, and that was difficult for me, but I think that was more difficult for me than my family.
Probably, but I think that also helped you, I think, because now you're, like, really good at, like, weeding out the people in your life that you don't need, like, the negative people, and you've really taught me that. Like, I've let go of a lot of negative people in my life because of you.
Yeah, I drop people very easily now.
Well, now you just
Sounds
don't
bad,
need those people.
but I
in your life.
don't like negativity because I easily go into depression just because I dealt with it a lot. So that's something I struggle with.
Yeah. But okay, so relationship-wise, what's some advice for someone who's trans or, like, in the LGBTQ plus? Just for dating, like how to approach somebody, or like the questions you ask, like how do you identify, and
well, first,
things like that.
Be yourself. Don't change for anyone.
Don't assume. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Just be open, ask.
Yeah, and just, don't get ahead of yourself. If you like somebody, for instance, if you're trans, if you like somebody and you go out with them a few times and you don't know yet how they view the trans community or LGBT people in general, just feel it out. But eventually you're gonna have to tell them, and that's why I say just always have in your mind, don't get too attached. At first, because then you just set yourself up for more heartbreak, and that sucks.
I think like one of the first questions he asked me on Snapchat was, how do you identify? And that was before I even knew he was trans, and I told him that I was pansexual because this was like my second year of college. So
that's what I
for
do.
me it's kind of I would say frustrating and annoying, because people are like, oh, you're pansexual because of him being trans. And like I said, no, I was already pansexual. I came out as bisexual my first year of college when I was like 19. or 18, I think, 18. I think it was right after high school, like a little bit into my first year of college. And I kind of always explained bisexual wrong. I was like, oh, I love a person for their personality and I don't really care what's in their pants. And I was like, oh, wait a second, that's pansexuality. So I kind of got a little more educated about things.
Well, and you, like, grew into yourself.
Yeah, I found myself, for sure.
Even more so now, I feel.
Oh my gosh, so much more.
But yeah, just be yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't, think you're gonna change someone's, views.
Don't do what I did and fall in love with someone who's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I've been let down. I've been told, oh, that's not for me. Like, I've been told that, but I had in the back of my mind, I was prepared. And like she said, I'm pretty quick about trying to get a feel of how the person themselves identifies and, views other things. So.
But if anyone didn't know this, this is a straight relationship. That is a misconception I would think that some people would have.
Yeah, it sucks.
That is one downside for you, I think, when we're in LGBT, like, plus all that stuff. If we're like at an event of the community, if people see us as just a straight relationship, that kind of sucks.
Which
sometimes.
is what I want to be seen as, because that's how I view myself. I view myself as a straight man. But it does suck when I lived a good amount of my life being able to go to these LGBT events and everything and actually feeling included. I feel that trans people don't really have that much inclusion on LGBT events, even though we're in the acronym. People tend to forget about us. And so like at Pride, I pretty much have to fucking excuse my language, but I have to, I have to flaunt my scars, and I have to wear my flag and
wear my colors, yeah.
which I love doing. I love doing it, but it just sucks because I'm used to, just being seen as a part of the community, and I don't like going there, and because I know people in the LGBT community that if they see, and this is terrible because to me it's like you don't want people to discriminate upon you, but you're going to discriminate about other people. And Pride is for people to come together and accept each other for everything.
Pride is not just,
no matter if you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, plus anything.
Straight. You can
it's
go
about
to Pride.
Pride is loving yourself.
Exactly.
And I know people that will look at straight couples and they will literally be like, why are they here? Yeah, they'll be. It's like, are you serious? And you don't even know. Like, I'm sure people probably looked at us like that.
Probably.
And it's like,
especially if we went to hide our flags and stuff, we wouldn't have been like all popping.
All popping.
Let's see.
But yeah.
I don't know. Well, there is Pride here in Minneapolis, but it's the same time as St. Louis is, so we're definitely going to St. Louis Pride. So, see you there.
Yeah.
Come find us. We'll maybe have a meetup. That'd be cool.
I'd love to meet people.
Yeah.
I like meeting people.
That'd be awesome.
I
think there was one more question. The age one. When did you know? This is a terrible one. For me, I was in 3rd grade, and I kind of had a little playground girlfriend. And yeah. That's it. That's all I can say.
So she knew she liked girls.
Yeah, so I was like 3rd grade, and I knew that I was
But she
different.
liked boys, too.
Everything.
I always tell everybody when they ask me this, I can't give them an age. Is a stage.
A pattern. Yeah.
I went through stages of just coming to terms with myself. It's pretty much what I did. And in a sum up of it, it was just me coming to terms with myself and growing into myself and being in an environment with people
that were supportive.
Yeah. Because I always knew I liked girls. And then I just always felt like I still had a void that wasn't being filled, and I had no idea what the crap was going on, because I did the whole cutting my hair eventually, which made things 10 times better, but I still didn't feel me and when I looked in the mirror. And then I ended up going to an LGBT center in St. Louis, and I met my first trans person, and I got to know them and their story, and you know, the mentality that they had and what they dealt with mentally before going through their transition, and everything just was like, oh my gosh, like this is exactly the same as me, and
like the
wow,
feelings
it's
were
just
similar
like,
situation.
yeah, it was like click with everything. And I do want to say though, with me saying that, I hate when people say that they automatically assume because I met that trans person that meeting them made me trans.
Yeah.
No.
It's not.
I've always had a very strong mindset of my own, and I do not try to, especially once I got out of high school, I do not try to make anyone else, you know, happy. Like, go to their, not saying I don't try to make her happy, not like that, not in that sense, but I'm not trying to change myself.
I get what you're saying.
To, you know,
like you
get
attention
or yeah,
That's a good thing.
that clicked, and that showed me. I feel like I'm sounding very jumbled. But I just want to make that clear, that meeting that trans individual did not make me trans. It just opened my eyes and like educated me, because I didn't know that much about trans people.
Like the transition might be a choice, but the fact that you're trans is not a choice. That is like a personal, like,
yeah.
thing.
And not every trans person has to be on hormones.
No. You
can identify as trans without being on hormones.
You can identify as trans without changing your pronoun, right? I feel like it's kind of, it's individual. It's you. It's everyone's different. Every situation is different.
Well, and trans is an umbrella term, pretty much. But yeah, it just that didn't make me trans. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, it really, if I could like take you all back to my world then and like show you how much my brain, it was like, oh my
like
gosh.
A light bulb.
Like,
ding.
They told me I was smiling like so big when they were talking to me, because I just in my head I was like, you know, when you find, it's like finding your purpose in life. Not to say that was my purpose, but it's like
you found yourself. Like you're like my path.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my path to happiness. Like, this is what's gonna make me feel complete, like myself.
Yeah. Just gotta be yourself.
Yep.
It's okay to be selfish sometimes. You gotta do what's best for you.
Yeah.
And then the people that are in your life and around you will know that like, if those people support you, they'll stick around. The people who don't,
if they care and they love you, they'll stay.
Yep.
I've learned that 10 times over with people, and I'm a very observative person when it comes to people. I can freaking tell you so many things about a person just by looking at them, which sounds terrible, but if I like talk to somebody, I can tell what kind of person they are so easily now.
I know what you're saying. I get it. I don't know. I just don't judge anybody by like appearances and all that kind of stuff. It's about how you treat people.
Yes.
It's all about how you treat people.
Personality, yeah. That's what matters, not your outward appearance.
Yeah, but now that we're in like the St. Cloud area, you guys, anyone else around this area, if you have any questions, maybe want to message us or comment down below, and we could meet up if you have any questions or hang out. We need friends. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Be yourselves, love yourselves.
Like and comment below.